We are weeks away from the start of hurricane season. It's always easier to do the preparation on the front end of the season. And you may have thought of stocking your pantry with necessities, but have you reviewed your homeowner's insurance policy? With tips on what to pay attention to and take care of before hurricane season begins, we have Zirkle Insurance owner and principal agent Bart Zirkle. Great to have you here today. How are you?
Thanks for having us. Yeah, very good.
Well, as we get into summertime, it's all kinds of fun and travel, but we have to think about those pesky hurricanes that we are in hurricane season.
Yes.
And you want to do, like I mentioned, that prep on the front end around your home. But what about when it comes to the details of your insurance policy? What do you need to do to button things up and even like go around your house, take photos, things like that?
Yeah, the first thing I would do is start with an insurance policy review. Get a hold of your agent. Make sure that you have the right coverages. The last thing you want to do is go into a hurricane season and understand that possibly there's stuff that you need on your policy, like contents coverage. Maybe you're going to need flood and you don't have flood already. So your agent's going to be able to help you point in the right direction of what you need covered as far as making sure your policy's up to snuff, basically. You're also going to want to know where it's at.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, so make sure your policy's in a
Yes.
safe location. If it's on the computer and the internet goes out, the power goes out, how are you going to get that policy? So make sure it's in a safe location.
That's the reality. It's so true. Now, Bart, I want to ask you, I want to dive a little bit deeper into the flood insurance aspect of things, because I know, unfortunately, some people learned the hard way in terms of, okay, I have homeowner's insurance, didn't have that flood insurance policy. What do you need to know about that?
So flood insurance, what we ran into in 2024 during Helene, we noticed that a lot of people had called in thinking that their hurricane insurance is going to cover for Helene, just because Helene's a named storm, it's a hurricane. Unfortunately, Helene brought forth rising water, and that's flood damage. So you need a separate policy, which is your flood policy. People realized that they did not have proper coverage during that time, so a lot of people in the state of Florida got denied claims during Helene. Again, that's why you need to make sure that you have a proper flood policy. You don't want to wait too long, though, because there's a 30-day wait when you get a flood policy. So once you get it, if you got a flood policy today, you're going to wait 30 days before it's in place.
Got it. I'm glad you made that distinction between it was a hurricane event. Isn't that how the policy is worded, hurricanes? But no, it brought water.
That's correct.
Let's go to the other aspect of hurricanes and talk about wind, because you've got your hurricane wind deductible. What do we need to know as far as that goes? That's where it gets tricky as well.
Yeah, so the worst thing to happen is when you get a surprise when you're making a claim, and that surprise could be your hurricane deductible. Pay attention to your policy. You're going to see two different deductibles. You're going to see your standard deductible, which for a lot of people is, something around $1,000 to $2,000. Then your hurricane deductible is going to be a percentage of your dwelling A coverage. That dwelling A coverage could be $500,000. So if you've got a $10,000 or a 10% hurricane deductible, that's a $50,000 deductible. So substantial damage is going to have to occur for a policy for a claim to make sense, basically.
That understandable. I love to have these conversations now. We pray we don't have hurricanes come through here. We're all fingers crossed, knock on wood. But it certainly feels good. You'll sleep better at night if you have all those T's crossed and I's dotted, and that's the way you do it. Great advice from you, Bart. We really appreciate it. If you want to find out more, here's the information on the screen. Zirkle Insurance and Financial Services. You see the website there and the number to call as well. Thanks for your time, Bart. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.